Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So, when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome to episode 180 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She is Julie Dobbs. We are together again. This is becoming such a regular thing.
I know.
It's wonderful. Yeah. How are you? First week. Oh, you got one of your texts. Your
thank
hangy
you.
thing. Your hangy thing's hanging
Thank
out.
you. I also have a bite right here, so just ignore it.
Oh, yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I have like random bites.
Oh, Hattie had one on her leg.
Yeah?
And it looked like a little bit like a gunshot wound.
Oh, no.
I think she was scratching it or what, itching it?
Yeah.
Scratching an itch. Anyway, yeah.
Do you scratch an itch or do you itch a scratch?
I think you scratch an itch.
You scratch an itch, yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah, you don't itch a scratch.
No, that would be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you itched a scratch, then you would pull the scab off.
Right.
Then you're creating more issues.
Yeah.
Okay, we've already sidetracked. Okay.
Yeah.
First week of school in the books.
Yeah.
How are the Forbes kids?
They're
handling
great.
things?
They're great. A little tired.
Yeah.
But they're great. They love
Adjustment.
Yeah. They love their classes, they love their teachers.
The party rolls on for Anna.
Anna's just partying away. I mean, girlfriend is like, she's acting like a teacher now. Yeah, so we went, part of my catch up is the fact that we had a family reunion this past weekend, and we had 16 people at my house on Saturday, and then we went to eat Friday and yesterday.
I did see your flex on social media about your giant pool.
Well, I was kind of making fun of it because it's like too big. Like, it's too big.
There's
like,
no such thing.
No one does that anymore. People have cute little pools now,
Yeah.
and that's the trendy thing. Mine is an old giant pool.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to brag.
Well.
But I guess if it looked like a brag, that sucks.
Yeah, no,
It's too late now.
I'm just totally kidding.
I was
you.
like making fun of it in my mind because even the guy who like takes care of our pool, well, the last guy, we fired him, but he was like, he was like, you could really you could just fill this whole thing with cement and just keep this part of the pool. That's kind of what people are doing these days. And we were like, no, we love our very giant pool with the big deep end and the diving board and,
Yeah,
you
why
can
would you
have
get rid of your giant
20 people. Well, I mean, it probably doesn't make sense for the yard. Like, you want to have some room for activities as well.
Yeah.
And we don't. So we do our activities in the front. Like, we've got
Okay.
our hockey nets in the front yard because the backyard is all pool.
Okay.
But
We don't have any activities in the backyard other than the pool.
You don't?
No, we do activities in the driveway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that feed out to the street or
Yeah.
do you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we do our activities in the driveway in the back, but as of now, like a basketball could roll into the alley and that kind of thing is a little scary.
Yeah.
Because we have an alley right there. But anyway, well, shoot, now I'm self-conscious about my post. I was not trying to brag. I was more of a making fun of myself.
No.
Damn it,
I love
Emily.
it. Look at me and my giant pool. This is why I'm so glad I have a giant pool.
No, it was
I'm
like.
totally kidding.
It was,
no one cared. Well, actually, people do care, but
Yeah,
they're
they
dumb.
do.
So you had a family reunion. You
No one
hosted
has
it.
a giant pool. Yeah, we hosted because we have my grandmother's home.
Yes.
So like we host everything. We host Christmas and then we host the summertime family reunion. I have a cousin that lives in Barcelona and she has a son who's now 22, or 21. So they come for a month every summer. And when
Where do they stay?
With her mom.
Okay.
My aunt, in Richardson. And so every time they're in town, we do a big family reunion, and we end up hosting, and basically everyone just, parties. So it's fun.
That is fun.
And my My cousin, I have to give my cousin a shout out. My other cousin, she's younger. She came in from D.C. She works for John Cornyn, our senator.
Oh.
The Texas senator.
Oh,
and
sure.
she just got
John
a big...
Cornyn.
She just
Very
got
familiar with his work.
He's been in that position for...
A long time.
Oh, yeah. A long time. He was just reelected a couple years ago. So I think they're like 5-year terms. So 7 years, going on 10.
Really?
I mean, eventually this term will get him to 10, I think. But long story short, she just got a big promotion. So she's like in charge of all of his administrative staff, everything. She's like 5 down from the senator.
Okay.
My cousin. So she's 30. She just turned 30. So I'm proud
cool.
of her. Yeah. So every time she comes in town, I like to try to pretend like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the political system.
Oh, how does that work out for you?
Oh, not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
I'm trying to think if someone like tried to engage me in a political conversation right
Yeah.
now, I think it might last.
But like, do you know the branches of the government?
the
Like, I'm just talking about basic shit, not like a political
Executive,
conversation. We're not getting political here.
No, executive, legislative, judicial.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
it's about as far as it
We're
goes.
really good at this.
What other questions do you have for me about politics and government?
Who's our senator?
That you just told me,
Yeah, I
John
know.
Cornyn.
Okay, good. Just
We
making sure
have
you
another one
remembered.
though, don't we?
Yeah.
What's his or her name?
Yeah. So we... I know that
Is it
one.
Kay Bailey Hutchison? Is she still doing things?
I don't think so. I don't know. Texas senators. I gotta figure this out now.
No,
Because I am all
but no.
proud that I know
Wait,
one.
oh wait, but there's Texas senators and then there's U.S. senators.
Yes.
So John Cornyn is a Texas senator.
He represents Texas in the U.S. Senate.
So do we have a Senate in Texas too?
We have a governor.
Right. A House of Representatives.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So anyway.
Who's our other senator from Texas? John Cornyn and
John Cornyn.
Gumby.
Is it no, let me see. I don't know. I only care about him.
Okay. No, now I feel like that we should know this. We
Well-
only have 2 senators from our
I
entire
don't think
state.
we have another one.
Every state has 2 senators. There's 100 senators.
Oh, should I need a caller?
Okay.
U.S. Texas senators.
Texas U.S. senators. This has to be an easy search.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Texas senators.
I bet whoever it is.
Ted Cruz, but I'm confused, I guess, because I knew about him, but they're both Republicans, so that's why I was confused.
Wait, he's a U.S. senator?
Yeah.
Kind of.
He
Seems like a little bit of a liability
Yeah, I know.
to represent our entire state.
Yeah. I know. That's why it's bad.
I think I've just blocked it out of my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
So, anywho,
Well, it seems
she
like-
loves working for John Cornyn. She
It
likes
seems
him.
like John Cornyn on the scale of Texas U.S. representatives.
Yeah.
I'm Team John Cornyn.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
only because I don't really see him do wheels off things on social media, which I think is
he's not two wheels off.
I feel like it's a brilliant plan for
He has
a
his critics, as
politician.
everybody does, but
Yeah.
he's definitely not a wheels off kind of guy.
Right.
Like he's
Right.
he's sounds like he's great. He like checked on her because she picked up his package. He lives on her street. She picked up his package when she was walking her dog at like 9 at night, and he was on vacation. And he like immediately texted her and was like, "Why are you out this late?" Like he sounds
That's
sweet.
cute.
Like he's taking care of her a little bit. And
Okay.
they're pretty tight. But so yeah, he's I don't know. I don't want to keep talking about something I don't really know that much about. But
That's kind of what we do on this show.
he is like from Dallas, or yeah, he's from Dallas, and he used to be a Dallas representative, and now he's representative for
Oh.
Texas in the U.S. Senate.
Okay.
So.
He wasn't a Dallas Maverick.
No, he wasn't
No,
a Dallas
okay.
Maverick.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, she was in town, and so we were celebrating her big promotion, and that's always cool because, like, you can tell I know nothing about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And we're a very sportsy family, and like her family's very sportsy and all that. So she brings in another angle to all of us to get smarter.
Did you bring some sports talk with you to talk to her?
I mean, we watched the Rangers and the Cowboys
Oh.
while we were gathered,
Gross.
so we can get to all that in sports courts. But
Yeah.
that's, I guess, my little catch up. School's good. Kids are a little tired.
Yeah.
They start activities next week, so
Same.
that's when they'll get
I
real
think we
tired.
actually might start this week. Start some sports and stuff.
Really?
This week, yeah. But it's just getting in that routine.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to have to like reestablish rules for screens, reestablish rules for what needs to be done before bedtime, what needs to be done before school.
Yeah.
Like things got a little off the rails there toward the end of summer. So
I know. That's what's hard.
That's what my family gets to look forward to today is a
What are your rules?
reestablishing of the rules. Well, I mean, we need to get the screen time back under control because now my kids are, messaging their friends and so there's a need to be like, in the know of what's going on with their friends.
So they're
and
both
blah,
like
blah.
text messaging now?
So Facebook Messenger or texting, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so we do a random phone check like once every couple months or
Ooh,
something.
like a random drug test?
So tonight will be random phone check.
But they don't know it?
They don't know. So it'll be random phone check where
I'm gonna
basically
call Hattie.
I sit with them and we go through every app because I have the RPAC device, so they can't download an app without me getting notified. They can't.
Okay.
There's a lot of things they can't do because of this app that I have. But I want to go through each of the apps. Like I let them get on Be Real, but I monitor their, who they're being real with. Like, so we'll just go through each app.
You can monitor it on your phone?
No, not that.
Okay.
No. But I can. So that's why we do let's go through this. Who is this? Who contact? What number is this? What all that kind of stuff to just kind of go through and make sure nothing is out of control anywhere. And then I'll go through text threads and we'll read them through. It was so funny. There was the last random phone check. I discovered that Henry had a crush on someone, and he was super embarrassed. But I was trying to. I mean, I was like, no. I mean, anyway, it was really cute.
Was he messaging her, or was he messaging a friend about her?
Her friend, who he's good. He's friends with her, and I just remember telling him like, does she know, this little girl, the friend of the girl he has a crush on? Does she know you have a crush on her friend and not on her?
Right.
And he said, 100%, Mom. Like, she knows. I was like, because you don't want to lead her on. That's not nice and whatever. And so he was like, I promise she knows. And so anyway, we go through this random phone check. And so tonight will be random phone check for the McCoy kids.
Ooh.
And then a reestablishing of the rules during the school year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
So he was trying to get in with the girl through her friend.
Because the girl didn't have, at that time, I think she since has gotten like Facebook Messenger or something.
Okay.
Or he had tried to connect with her through Facebook Messenger. And like, in order to do that, you have to get permission from parents. Like it has to be granted. And his mom wouldn't ever do it. And so finally I'd like text her mom and I'm like, hey, Henry's trying to get in touch with her. Can you? And she's like, sure. Sorry, I'm terrible about checking Facebook messages. And
this is going to be a lot.
I know. So anyway, so it's good. Everything's good. I've got, a good chunk of time off because I'm not on this Rangers road trip and it's a 3-city road trip and I'm off. And I feel like I need it. We went straight from, vacation to school and, just all the things. And so I'm looking forward to these like next 10 days. I have 2 of my new venture, my life insurance gig. I have 2 events. I have one in Lubbock and then I'm having one in Fort Worth at my house. And so
the insurance gig has events?
Well, it's basically just a small gathering of close friends to let them know what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
That I think would be interested in the product that I am marketing or selling or whatever you want to call it. So, so that's exciting. And yeah, nothing really else. We'll talk a little bit about the weather in a little bit. But yeah, so all's good. I feel like we're kind of we're in a school groove. You still look so rested and so not disheveled.
I'm loving it. It's like last night, you end up chit-chatting because my mom's in town and normally like my anxiousness would start at like 9.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I have to go to bed and I have to cut this off and then I got to wake up early and it's just like, no, I just can stay up and be a normal human.
I know.
And then kind of work my way into radio the next day.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
No, it's going well. We're having a lot of fun on the speakeasy. And
we should talk about, we're trying to get Dan McDowell on the show.
Yeah.
We had Jake Kemp. Obviously their departure from the ticket made headlines. And then now they are being sued by Cumulus. Dan,
sweet.
It's so awesome.
They're so sweet.
They're so sweet. So Dan has said he absolutely wants to come on, but his legal team advised him we need to wait till things get a little more settled, which I get, totally understand.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But so have they ceased and desisted, or are they?
No, they haven't at all. In
they're
fact, I
just
think they did. I signed up for their Patreon.
Okay.
I bucked up the $6.90 month.
Yeah, worth it.
I
Support our
haven't
friends.
been. Yeah, exactly. I haven't been listening like religiously or anything.
Right, but it's out there.
But I know they did an episode every day last week.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think this week is something big. Like I think they have to go into court this week and do a trial.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's happening this week for them.
I wonder if that'll be on court TV.
I know. I wish it was.
It would be.
I wish it
totally
was.
watch it.
Did you see though? Because Jake sent me. Did I send it to y'all? When after he came on the show, they wrote about the mom game in the court documentation.
Ooh.
Yeah, it said like on the Mom Game podcast, defendant said blah 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 blah. Yeah,
We're in
so
court filings.
We're in court filings.
We
I
are
know.
such a big deal.
Aren't we? I know. Part of me was like, are they going to come for us? But I don't think. I think
No.
we're good.
Yeah, we're not ceasing or desisting.
We're not. It was like, oh, I think that's what it said. It was like the defendant mocked the cease and desist with the hosts of the Mom Game podcast.
Well,
And there's,
yep,
like,
he
a
did,
clip of
and
me.
so did
Oh,
we,
yeah,
and
we
it's
did.
dumb. Ceasing and desisting over something like this is dumb. So yeah, take that, Cumulus. Now I'll never
Take
get it.
that.
I'll never.
Now
get a
Emily
job.
Jones's name is gonna be. I'm distancing. I'm distancing.
Ooh, now I'll never get a job at the ticket. No, I love all the guys at the ticket. I love all the people at the ticket, but Cumulus obviously sucks. Like,
Yeah,
that's
they
just
do. I mean,
whatever.
a lot of people. A lot of people have known that for a while.
Yeah.
Blake Jones just left too.
I saw that.
Everybody's leaving.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, let's get to a little sports scores brought to us by our friends at the Bottle Rover. Oh, do we have our giveaway drawing today?
Yeah,
We'll do it on social.
we should.
We should do it on social.
Yeah.
Because we're not prepared to do it right now.
No, we're not.
Okay. Okay, go. Sports
Maybe we
scores.
could do an Instagram live and do it or
Bottle
something.
Rover. Yeah, we could.
Like from our homes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you to Bottle Rover. You are going to be delivering our prize pack to a lucky, special, beloved educator here in DFW. So Bottle Rover is going to make the delivery of all of our goodies here this week after we pick a winner. If you don't have the Bottle Rover app on your phone yet, what are you doing? I used it this week when I was hosting. All of a sudden, needed this, and that. Ordered it. It arrived. I didn't even have to leave the house. If you spend $50 on the Bottle Rover app, you get the delivery of your booze or whatever it is that you're ordering for free. It's so easy to hit $50, as we know. A lot of back to school gatherings, a lot of gatherings just for hopefully what is fall weather to come our way soon. And so you might be hosting, you might be heading to an outing. Make sure that you let Bottle Rover do the dirty work for you. They will fetch your drinks for free when you spend $50, and they shop local liquor stores. So you can still support local. You're supporting local with Bottle Rover, and you're supporting the Mom Game. So get that Bottle Rover app on your phone and put it to good use on behalf of us. Thank you, Bottle Rover, for all of your support and partnership here on the Mom Game.
Yay. Thank you, Bottle Rover. Okay, sports courts, super sucky weekend for the
I know, so you worked all
Rangers.
3 of those games?
I did.
What was the deal, man?
The offense just went real well. The first game, they came back like in the 9th and scored 4 and almost
Oh, yeah,
won.
and almost won. Corey Seager almost had a home run.
Oh, it was so close. But the offense has just been kind of in a little bit of a funk. And we say hitting's contagious sometimes. Bad stuff can be contagious too.
Dry spells.
Yes, and the pitching had been outstanding since the trade deadline, and then the 3 non-quality outings in a row, just very uncharacteristic of this rotation. Bullpen faltered. Bullpen was fine. I mean, they were never really in a situation where they could do much. And then the bats just kind of went cold. It's a thing. It happens. Milwaukee's a first place team in their division. It's not like they're a slouch. It's not like they're the Atlanta Braves, but they're still a very, very good team. So, I mean, I think you look at it, that's 4 losses in a row. We're taping early this week on a Monday. So they start this, 3-city road trip, 9 games. It's a big, big road trip for them. 2 against Arizona. And then they've got 4 against the Twins. 4 or 3? I can't remember. 4, and then 3 against the Mets. So, all except the Mets are terrible, but the other 2 teams are very, strong to quite strong, those two teams. I mean, they don't have the same record as the Rangers as far as, above 500 or anything, but they're good teams. So they need to figure some things out. I'm not panicked by any stretch, but don't look now. The Seattle Mariners are now within 3 games to start the week. And then, the Astros are 2.5 games because they got swept by the Mariners. So when you were thinking it was just like this 2-team race, it was going to be Houston and Texas, here come the Mariners. And we play like 7 games against the Mariners in the last 2 weeks of the season.
Oh, wow.
So
they're
anyway.
7-3 in their last 10, Seattle is.
Yeah. So it's going to be.
Well, hell.
I know. But listen.
It's hard enough fending off the Astros.
I know. But, and then it's funny. Sometimes I float things out to Bruce Bochy, and sometimes he, amuses me, and sometimes he just swats it out to half court. And so the other day I was like, hey, so there's a tight race. Is there something to be said for, playing these meaningful games, all blah, 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 and because it's tight and that can add a little something, blah, blah. He's like, no, I just prefer a, 10-game lead, whatever. And he's like, and it's also too early to be worrying about that. It's not September yet. We're still in, whatever. And he's like, we're not scoreboard watching. Obviously we check the stand. We see the stand. We know where we are, but it's not like where we're living and dying by what the Astros and Mariners are doing at this point in time. We are far more concerned about the brand of baseball we're playing. And in that series against the Brewers, that was not their brand of baseball. So not concerned, but definitely will be keeping a watchful eye on, how this team does on this really long road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like watching your post game with Bochy, and because you always ask the first question.
First couple.
And they're always good, but like I like watching his reaction, and like sometimes you get like something great, sometimes, but he is just so calm, even keel, and like, it's just fun. I like watching it. It's like an ongoing little little show
because he does it. It's
Emily and Bo after the game
because he doesn't like.
And I like sometimes you'll say in your question, this is a stupid question.
Yes,
I'm like, Emily!
Right, yes.
Just be confident.
Let me just get it out of there. Let me just get it out there. I realize you might think this is a dumb question, but I really need to ask
Do you like being the first asker?
Some games, yes. But like yesterday, after the 4th straight loss and we got swept, I was like, I told everybody else in the room, I was like, I got 2 in me, and then it's up to y'all. Because sometimes I'll go 3.
And then if you get rolling, then they're 2. Probably like, whew, I'm out. I don't even have to do anything. Right. I'm just going to hold
So I'm like, I got 2 in me today, and y'all are on your own after that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. But it's good. Everything's fine.
That's fun.
It's fine. Nobody panic. Nobody freak out just yet. I'll let you know when it's time to freak out.
Okay.
Not
promise?
Yeah, promise.
Okay.
Promise.
Okay, good.
Other bad news, too, from over the weekend. The Cowboys had like 2 dudes who were making waves as rookies, and now they're both outski for the season.
Yeah.
How much are you paying attention to preseason?
I mean, more than I used to because of my job.
Yeah.
And because I work with Jeff, who's like Cowboy Man.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to at least have a conversation with him about it. And we had it on because we were all like, feeling pretty good by 9 p.m. when they started. So we were like in the pool drinking and it was on. So I wasn't paying close attention. But yeah, the injuries are very unfortunate. I feel like the most unfortunate is the rookie linebacker, Demarion Overshone, who people were really liking and he was looking really good. And I think that's a need for the Cowboys right now. And he's done for the season.
Yeah, that sucks.
Done for the season, torn ACL, same with rookie tight end John Stevens Jr. So, I don't know, just like makes the whole conversation is going to be, do we need preseason football? The players already hate it. They've already made it shorter. The Cowboys are already not playing any of their starters really at all. But I think it's good and bad. Like, you need something. Because if you don't have a preseason, sometimes you see guys getting hurt during the regular season.
Yeah.
Just because they're not, they haven't practiced much, played much game action. They haven't hit people very much. And then you go into a regular season game and you're getting hurt. So I do think it needs to somewhat be there. But, it just stinks that you've lost 2 guys now for the whole season. And you're seeing it across the league. It's not just the Cowboys that are dealing with some of these injuries. But it's just a crappy part of the game, I think. Because you do want to see your team at full strength, especially on week 1. And now they're not. So, it's unfortunate. They lost as well. So they're 0-2. Not that really matters. They just have 1 more game. And then we'll see. I think it is supposed to be a really good team. So, I don't know. I'm definitely keeping an eye on things.
Well, and I thought it was funny too that that Hurricane Hillary was like bearing down on California, like everybody's getting ready for it, and everyone's canceling games on Sunday or Saturday. I don't know,
Yeah.
doing stuff, and then NFL, like I forgot who was playing. Chargers maybe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna come on in. Y'all just. Who cares about this silly little hurricane? We're just going to keep playing this preseason game. And that shows you
Yep.
just how much those things matter to those owners that are getting that gate.
Yep.
Like, it's insanity.
Yeah. I mean, they're still charging a bunch for tickets and
Yeah.
selling and...
Speaking of insanity, effing Metallica
Yeah.
was in town this weekend.
Yeah.
At AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
So they played Friday and Sunday. Friday, the way the game played out, we were able to get out while the concert was going on, so it was relatively a non-event. Sunday, because the doors open at 6 and the Rangers game ended like at 5,
Oh.
and I got out of there like at 5:15.
Oh,
It
no.
was a freaking nightmare.
Did you have to sit in traffic
Oh
for
my
a long
gosh!
time?
And you can't. There's certain roads that I usually take that are closed, and they're diverting you all these places.
Did you
was
lose it?
Insanity.
How'd you do with that?
I did okay.
Okay.
I did okay. Yeah,
You
there was
call
no
someone,
road rage.
Like, sometimes it's kind of, like, traffic sucks, but sometimes
Yeah.
I don't mind just being in my car
right.
alone.
So I was gonna go and meet my family at the pool, and then Mike was like, "It's too effing hot to eat out here, so we're leaving." So I did get out of having to go pick up dinner. He had to do it because I was playing "Woe Was Me, I'm in traffic."
Yeah.
That card.
Right.
And so it was fine. It is what it is. you
Yeah.
know? I'm trying to not be so road ragey.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I feel like road rage only happens like on highways
Yeah.
for me.
Okay, not in...
Not in like stuck in traffic, especially when I know it's coming. Like I knew it was going to be a giant cluster F
Yeah.
leaving there. So I
Yeah.
was mentally prepared for it. It's when it hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's when.
Or like if you're in a hurry and
Yes.
something bad happens.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my Taylor Swift experience at AT&T Stadium. Just sitting there, man, after a long concert, just sitting there for like an hour. So I don't know. I feel like Arlington might need to figure out that whole situation a little better.
Well, it's so, and I know they've put tons of thought and all that, but I just would like to like go over that flow chart. With
Right,
them.
that's what
Like,
I'm
can
saying.
you
It doesn't
explain
flow.
to me why
It's stagnant.
Why is this? Like we're closing lanes. Like
Yeah.
lots of cars. Shouldn't we
Yeah.
keep them all open? I don't know.
Right. Your flow chart is broken.
And there's probably. I wonder if there is any Arlington PD officers or members listening. Maybe they can hit us up.
Maybe
on the
they
social,
can enlighten us.
and they can tell us about their flow chart.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
I'm glad you made it home finally.
Yeah, I did. So sportsy, kind of slow, but it's starting to gear up, right? So football season. Doesn't like high school football start next weekend?
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend? Holy smokes.
It's crazy. I mean, these high school
schools-
kids have been practicing in this
Dude.
heat for a while.
I cannot even
It's crazy.
imagine.
Yep.
So that brings us to we're going to talk about the weather because that's
Yep.
for pretty much all anybody can talk about right now is the news. So that is that's our TMG news desk brought to us by our friends at Globe Life, and I'm going to have to put on my glasses because I'm becoming blinder by
hot.
the day. Did you have LASIK ever?
No, I still need it.
You still need it.
Yeah.
So you can see close up.
I can see close up. I can't see
Can't see
far
far away. So from what if I remember, mine was over like 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. From what I understand, you can fix that. You can't fix this.
Oh, really?
Like the reading.
That's why everyone wears reading glasses.
Right.
Like, as
and
they get
then I
older.
got told yesterday, like you should have never started wearing the reading glasses. You should have trained because now it's just there's no turning back now.
Oh, 'cause
once
you're-
you start readers,
Yeah.
that you become more and more reliant on them.
Oh, man.
And I found that to be the case.
Well, you look cute in
But
it.
I'm giving up. So
Yeah.
anyway, I've given up. Okay, TMG News Desk brought to us by our friends at Globe Life. The job market right now is a different limps. Okay, and action. Cut action. The job market right now is a different landscape than it used to be, whether you're attempting to balance your work and home life or find a career that aligns with your goals and needs. It is a lot to juggle. If you're looking for a career path that offers a flexible schedule, the ability to make a difference, and the independence to be your own business and build your own business, take a look at Globe Life. Anyone watching the Texas Rangers play has seen the name Globe Life, but many may not know how much opportunity is there and how many successful women thrive in their careers with Globe Life. If you've never considered the insurance industry, you should know that a growing number of women are finding true success within it. Globe Life has been around for generations and prides itself on its commitment to make tomorrow better. With virtual and in-person business models, you can find success wherever you are. So if you want to be paid what you're worth, keep a flexible schedule, and find meaning in your career while being engaged in what matters most at home, reach out to Globe Life. GlobeLifeAgents.com is where you can find them. It could change your trajectory in a way you never thought possible. That is GlobeLifeAgents.com to discover what a career at Globe Life can do for you. Okay, so, hey, newsflash, it's fucking hot.
It's fucking hot.
It's so hot.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
so hot. It's miserable.
What are you noticing, like, is
People are cranky.
people are cranky.
Yeah.
I'm noticing, like, things are, like, literally on fire. Like, if you leave your Yeti in your car, like,
Yeah.
and you go into a restaurant or something and you come out, you can't touch your Yeti.
No.
Like, it's crazy. Like, my children have burned their hands on them. You can't sit in your car because the seats are on fire.
Yep.
I mean, it's just insane. And I'm complaining, and I feel even worse for the people that, like, are walking around outside, or the homeless people, you know, that don't even have
seriously.
air conditioning. But, like, my air conditioning can't even keep up.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Shit's dying. Plant my flowers. Like, I water them, I think, every day. My
Yeah.
flowers outside.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do it yesterday, and they were already this morning like,
Oh, they were sad.
Sunflowers.
See, I don't even. What? Sad flowers or
Sunflowers.
sunflowers?
Sad flowers.
Sad flowers?
Yeah.
Oh. Do
Yeah.
they come back to life when you
I
water
don't
them?
know. We'll see. I watered them before I left this morning, so.
Oh, see, I don't even attempt
But, and this is
flowers.
pisses me off. My husband and my
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
So yesterday I had a day game, early game. I did some of my chores around the house. I didn't get to all of them, so I was like, day off, Sunday, like everyone can chip in and help mom out. And on that list was water my outside flowers, front and back. I don't want them to die. And then what happened
No one
this
did.
morning?
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, hey fuckers, I do this shit every day.
Yeah.
I asked for your help. Y'all, it's a Sunday. Y'all aren't doing dick at home. Can you not just do these like 3 chores? And then they didn't even, I asked him to sweep the bunk room, didn't sweep that. And then I asked him to unload the laundry, the dryer, and put their
Yeah.
clothes up. And then I got home, and then they said, "Oh, they weren't dry." And I'm like, "Do you know how to
Oh, it's like one of the stall tactics.
turn
of
it on and
chores.
press fucking start?
Yeah. There's
Give
a
it
lot-
20 minutes, and it will be."
There's a lot of good stall tactics. Like, oh, I just needed to, like, if something's dry and done. Oh, I just needed to fluff it a little bit more. I just needed to, like, you know, throw in a dryer
Oh.
sheet. Because it was a little bit wrinkled. I'm like, you just wanted to delay the
Yes.
drying. You didn't want to take it out and deal with it. So
Right.
you find a reason to leave it in the
This
dryer.
is-
That's what the soak is in the sink.
The soak.
The soak.
The soak.
Nothing needs to effing soak.
Nothing needs to soak. Mike McCoy, God bless him, he was trying to be a little more healthy. He's making these smoothies every day.
Smoothies are the worst.
Every day.
I mean, I love them.
And he doesn't even put soap in it.
Yeah.
He's just soaking
He
it
soaks
in
the blender? Oh, no.
in water.
Oh, no.
Just water. Like, at least if something truly needs to soak, it needs soap.
It needs soap. Yep. Emily.
Lazy bastard. He
Yeah.
just will not. He won't hand wash the blender.
Yep.
He won't do it.
Oh,
it
how about
needs
this
to
one?
soak. There's literally not a particle of food or liquid in that thing other than the water that you're soaking it in.
Right, and that doesn't need to soak. Just get one of those brushes that you can. It's so annoying. That and then
So annoying.
the all of the like mugs or coffee like tumblers
Yeah.
next to the sink. It's like, oh, I'm done. I'm gonna walk off. Like, who do you think is just gonna follow you around and finish the job?
Just put it in the
Just
dishwasher.
Put it in the dishwasher.
Like, that's even
It's so
I mean,
easy.
that's not even washing it. Just put it in the
Just put it
dishwasher.
How about this one? Do you have like if they make something in a big pot and then and it's like a real like it would be like a 30-second to 1 minute wash. It's
Yeah.
a big pot and it's not like too sticky, but it's like rinse, plop it in the dishwasher and it takes up all of the space.
Yeah.
It's like I can put one pot and then maybe one smaller pot and then
Right.
someone else comes. I'm like, can you just wash this so I can have all of my dishwashing space or a big giant thing in the trash? Like,
Right.
Because like a little bathroom trash can and it's like a big like Amazon box or something. And it's like, I'm like, What? That's
are you
not
doing?
what that trash can's for.
Logical.
Take that all the way the F out. All the way out of the house.
Yes, that's
Don't
for,
ruin
like,
my little trash can.
Q-tips and dental floss.
Yes!
Maybe a Kleenex.
Yes!
Like, that's it.
Don't put your big freaking shit in my little bathroom trash.
Can't deal.
I'm so glad that husbands don't watch this. Our husbands.
Yeah. Oh.
Other husbands, take note.
Yes. Yes. Don't soak.
This is your cheat code.
Don't soak unless you really have to.
It's just like finish the job, execute the job, right?
And you know what? Another thing. Sorry, I had to fix this chair because it was not. It's okay. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And you know what? But I feel like this has been like a 15-year process for Mike to like. When it comes to like household chores, like he does the outside, he did some fertilizing things, weed things, killing insect, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
He does that. But I feel like he just wants to set the bar so low for himself on the inside stuff.
Right.
That like when he does it, I get so incredibly excited. And I'll be like the dumbest things. Like we have this like mesh jersey bag where we put our dry cleaning in, and then when Miss Vicky takes the dry cleaning to the dry cleaners, she has this little mesh bag. And so without fail, Mike will not. He'll just throw it in the laundry basket. Which the mesh bag is inside the laundry basket.
Yeah.
It's not big enough to like encompass it, so it's just sitting in the bottom. He will just throw his dry cleaning in that laundry basket and not put it in the bag. Like
just put it in the bag.
Just put it in the bag.
Some of this stuff's so easy.
So he did it the other day, and I'm like, hon, thank you so much for putting your fucking pants in a bag. Thank you so much. Like he just laid down his life for me, but I like made the biggest deal about it because I'm like, yes,
yay,
maybe,
success.
Yeah,
You're taking baby steps
for putting a pair of pants in a mesh bag.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, it's just that extra step. I'm like, I don't need any more extra steps.
Right.
I'm doing enough.
All the extra steps.
All the extra steps.
Okay.
We love y'all.
Hot. Did we talk about
We
heat?
love y'all husbands.
We do.
We did talk about the heat,
It's
and maybe
hot.
the heat has us all on edge a
Maybe.
little bit more.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why do you think I'm on edge? Like, what are you talking about?
Studies that say people are like testier.
I don't disagree.
Moods like are a lot worse because it is really bad. It got up to 110 over the weekend, and we are in an excessive heat warning Monday, today, and they're starting to do that ERCOT thing where they're telling you to like conserve your energy between like 5 and 7 and not turn.
ERCOT,
like,
get your shit figured out.
Right? I know.
I pay my bills.
Yes.
Then why can you not figure this out?
You have one job. You have one job.
One job.
Make the
Give
shit
me
work.
Power.
Yes. It's bad. So I don't know. I looked ahead today for like the week long. I was like, just show me something that gives me a little hope. And there was like one day where the high was in the 90s for the next 7 days. The rest of it's all 100. Oh. So I think it's going to be till like September or something.
Oh, it'll be way past September. Yeah.
So shitty.
Sucks.
It sucks. I know.
Okay, what's on your feed and in your craw? Brought to us by our friends at Hillwood, which we are excited to work with.
Yes.
Like combining a couple of different partnerships that we have, and we're going to be a part of one of their events coming up, and you've got some news to tell us about your new little row. I did the white, what was it called? Dallas Half Marathon thing.
Yes.
And you're doing a very special thing for the Susan G. Komen Foundation.
Yes.
So tell us all about it.
So I guess the Susan G. Komen news is that there is a walk coming up, the Fort Worth walk, and I'm going to be in your hood. It's September 30th is the walk, and I am going to be the executive leadership chair for the walk in September for Susan G. Komen. So this is exciting for me because obviously as a breast cancer survivor, I can relate to their cause and I want to help, and there's been it's been a long time, I guess, where I've kind of been waffling, like wanting to help, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to help, and now with my just relationship that I've built with Joy over there at Susan G. Komen, and then so we've done some great work with Baylor too, which is actually how she heard about me, was through our relationship with Baylor. now I feel like I'm getting to give back in a way that I've been wanting to give back to for a while. So this is going to be fun. I'm going to be building a team for the walk, so I'm going to put a link out if you guys want to join my team in Fort Worth. They were so nice, Emily. They're putting me up the night before because it's early in the morning at the Fort Worth Omni.
Nice.
So I'll be there if you want to hang out.
Yeah. Hey, I actually have a gift certificate to Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Ooh, maybe we can go to Bob's.
You go to Bob's.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
I think I'm on the road.
September 29th?
Yeah. I'm on the road.
Well, take it all back.
Okay, take it all back.
But I will be there with my family, and it's been fun because they brought in another partner that we're now going to work with, and we are going to be a part of an event. In fact, we're going to be emceeing it, keynote speakers, whatever you want to call it. We will be performing.
Oh, really?
It was funny when we were on that call. I was like, "We're the show. Like, let's come up with an act. Let's come up with like a."
Are we just basically gonna
cheesy?
Yeah. What do we need to have? Like, we probably need to have some bullet points.
Yes.
If not, this could go off the rails.
It could go off the rails, and we are used to going off the rails in our little studio where it's nice and safe. But off the rails in front of a live crowd, I don't know. Will they laugh? Will they not? Are we ridiculous? Yes.
Yes.
But we are working with a team called Hillwood, and this event is going to be in September. I think it's the 7th of September. And basically what we're doing is working with them to emphasize the significance of self-care for women. So we'll be participating in their Alliance Texas Women in Business event that is supporting Susan G. Komen, along with recruiting participation in the More Than Pink walk. So that's the walk that I just told you about that I am going to be the executive leadership chair for. So this event that is put on by Hillwood and Alliance Texas is basically all being done in support of Susan G. Komen. So they're going to have a really fun, kind of fancy brunch, and Emily and I are going to be the speakers at the brunch. So it's all going to be a lot of fun. I love how these groups have kind of become intertwined, and I love that they thought of the mom game to bring us in for it. So we are super excited. I will be obviously actively participating in the walk, and we sincerely hope that some of our listeners, you guys listening, will also embrace the opportunity to walk alongside us in that walk. So I will share that link on my socials, and then I'm sure we'll have some stories coming out of that event and leading up to it, but we are just super excited to be partnering with the team at Hillwood on all of this. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, should be a ton of fun. Okay, anything interesting on the social media lately that you've seen?
Well, really, not really, I guess, besides like that ticket stuff has been a lot on the social media. I did see that Barbie was finally not the top grossing movie this past weekend after
the first time?
4 weeks. It was that Beetle movie. What's it called?
Beetle movie?
Blue Beetle.
What is that?
Yeah. It's supposed to be really good. It's like a superhero type film, though, so probably not one that I'm going to see. But it did win the box office over Barbie. But Barbie was just destroying for so long, and I loved it. I have this monologue here, from Barbie. I don't know. We could table it, or we could talk through it. I don't know how much time we've got.
Not much, but I don't want to spend too much time on Barbie.
Do you remember the monologue?
I do remember the monologue. But I don't.
Did you like it?
I thought it was poignant. I don't know that it's like my anthem. By any stretch. I remember it, but
it's not an anthem. I don't think it's my anthem either. But I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good. And I don't necessarily think it's like a woman power, men GTFO kind of anthem that maybe some people thought. And when even reading what Greta Gerwig, the director, said about it, she didn't think that at all when she was approaching this movie, writing, directing, producing, any of that. Like, it wasn't supposed to be a woman power, men need to leave feeling, worse about themselves or feeling intimidated or anything like that. That was never her goal. And I do know that some men left feeling that way or took it that way. But the monologue is what America Ferrera delivered, and I have it here. I could read just like the first I'll just read the first little bit, just for people that maybe haven't heard it. You can get an idea of what it is and what it's about, and then I like what the director said about it. So this is what she delivers in the movie, and like as it's happening and you're watching, you're like, wow, this is something. This is powerful. They're like trying to make a statement here with this monologue in the movie. And I've seen this kind of, I don't know, just this kind of like these themes on social media too. It'll be like a social media like graphic or post about moms, and just how hard it is, I guess, to try and like do all the things and please all the people. And that's what this monologue was essentially about. It says, it's literally impossible to be a woman. You're so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough. Like, we have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong. You have to be thin, but not too thin. You can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for money because that's crass. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the damn time. That one I relate to on the radio. That's like my big thing, is I'm trying not to talk too much about my kids. But at the same time, I'm a mom and it's my life.
Right.
You have to be a career woman, but always be looking out for other people. You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane. But if you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women, because you're supposed to be a part of the sisterhood.
That is really true.
It's really good. But always stand out and always be grateful. But never forget that the system is rigged. So find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard, it's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. I'm just so tired of watching myself and every single other woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us. And if all of that is also true for a doll just representing women, then I don't even know.
Okay, I feel like it's very, I think I agree so much with a lot of the points made. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, too, this is kind of what we do to ourselves.
Yes.
I mean, I know I would put myself in that list where you're constantly trying to walk this fine line. And I feel like as women, we probably do care more about what other people think. I feel like, not all dudes I know, but so many of the dudes I know don't give one F what anybody thinks. They're driven. They're doing what's best for them, their families, their business. Like, it's just like, who cares who I leave in the wake? And not like saying just fuck it and fuck everybody, but there is less of an emphasis on, people pleasing for men than there is for women. There's much less focus on that. And I think a lot of it is because,
and like appearance. I mean, it's hard.
For sure.
Feeling like you have to look a certain way, act a certain way, and you also want to perhaps like be a boss, but not be a bitch.
Right.
Like, there's a lot.
Oh, that's happened to me
like,
a
the
million
men don't
times.
Have to worry about.
It's happened to me so many times where people just think I'm a giant bitch because I'm very forward.
Yep.
I'm not afraid to say most of anything that's on my mind.
Yep.
And a lot of times that I'm not afraid to say no. And I think a lot of times that does rub people the wrong way. But I'm like, well, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you the way I feel, and most likely I'm not going to go, I feel like a lot of people do things they don't want to do, and then they bitch about them behind the back of the people they're doing it for or the reason they're doing it.
Yep, you're 100% right.
Because it's like, oh, sure. Oh, yeah, sure, I'm happy to do that. Okay. And then 10 minutes later, you're on the phone with your bestie or whatever, be like, this is such fucking bullshit. And it's like, well, what did you just nodded and smiled and said, sure, I'd be happy to do that. When it was totally disingenuous. You didn't mean it.
Yep.
And now you're miserable and stuck in a situation that you really don't want to be in because you're just trying to make everybody happy.
Yep.
And
guess what? You're probably beating down your spouse or your friends that maybe don't want to talk about it all the time. It's like, well, then quit saying yes to things.
Right. And I've tried to, I've tried to make a real effort to like, let's figure out the important things. Let's prioritize things. And I gotta cut them. You gotta say no.
I don't have it figured out at all. Like I say yes to a lot of things, and even with the kids, and like we were talking about their activities starting back up. Like I've totally overloaded Anna on activities because I don't know, because I want her to try things and
Experience
maybe be
stuff.
a part of things. Maybe that's part of it, you know? Like, there is a little part of it where it's like, well, what are your friends doing? And blah, blah,
I
blah.
know.
And it's hard not to get sucked into that, and we're gonna probably end up cutting some of them. But it's all part of this, you know. And we talked about the PTA mom stuff last week, and like, you know, I've noticed a lot of the people that are the ones kind of setting the bar that this is how we have to be and this is what we have to do are also saying they're not that way or they don't want to be that way. So something's got to give. I remember even talking to you like a while back. It's like everything that you do as a mom with a family, it's like it becomes competitive. It's like your sports teams are out of control competitive. Like the room mom stuff, out of control competitive. Like
the social engineering.
engineering.
We need to do a whole episode on social engineering.
Yep.
I mean, it's off the charts.
It's off the charts.
And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it, but I mean, you know, Hattie, there's a whole group, you know, different girls on different teams, but she's playing softball this year. Well, she wants to do volleyball and basketball. I'm like, 3 sports at one time is a lot, but she is begging me to do it. And I'm like, fuck, I mean, I don't want to make her say no to something, especially like a sport or something like that. But we could do an entire episode just on the social engineering, because I mean it's everything from, you know, like for me, I try to make steps to where I'm not that way. I'm not pushing friendships, certain friendships, whatever. I mean, of course we have our close family friends that we hang out with a lot. That's one thing, and then it's like their kids come along for the ride. But you know, I'm not going, like when my kids have a birthday party, it is who would you like to invite to this birthday party? And like Henry's last birthday, there was like 3 kids on there I swear I had never met.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, it's his birthday party. I'm not going to hand pick the 10 kids who actually, you know, have a relationship with their parents and you know, and I do the same thing with Hattie. Like, you know, she wanted to have some friends come over from school. I'm like, who do you want? Like, I know who would be easy for me.
Right.
But whatever. You know, it's just like, I feel like it's so
and
important.
That's sometimes harder, and it
is sometimes a little more
effort or whatever.
But I feel like that's like one thing that I do that I definitely let my kids, if they want to have, you know, do something, an activity, or I let them choose who they would like to hang out with. You know, unless it's a total a-hole of a kid, which my kids don't have friends like that. So anyway, but the social engineering with the, you know, the sports and the class schedules and it's a lot, because you know I told you Hattie was miserable, did not like her first week of school because she wasn't in a class with any of her close friends, and I'm like, she wanted me to move her out of the class, and I'm like, you're out of your mind. No, I mean, that's not how we operate.
Life.
We're going to figure it out. Yeah, you're going to figure it out.
Yep.
And if there's a problem with your learning and that there's something in the way of that, that's one thing, but we're not. Just so you can hang out with your besties in class, it's a no for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So anyway.
Yeah, no, there's a whole lot there, and
a ton.
That is something, you know, that I don't know if the dads fully understand or whatever. It's definitely a mom-driven thing, and
for sure.
And I thought that was just really good. I thought when she was saying in the movie, I was like, this is awesome. I wanted to reread it, and I wanted to discuss it with you.
No, it is, and it's got a lot of great points. I mean, I just don't, you know, like whole. I feel like, you know, we bring on some of that individually ourselves as women, and then there is some that is the expectation that's out there. But I agree with the vast majority of what was said, and I think it's important that it is said, and I think it's important that we show each other and ourselves way more grace than we currently do. But yeah, a lot of times being a woman is a tightrope act. Like it's just, and I know men don't want to hear that and all that kind of stuff, but it really, there are just certain things, especially moms, I mean, that you just don't have to deal with as a dude. Like it's just the way it is. There's certain things they'd have to deal with that we don't. Like being largely relied upon to be, you know, societally the breadwinner in their family and to bring home the bacon and that financial pressure. Like there's a whole set of circumstances on both sides. But I'm just saying it is, you know, it can be a tightrope walk.
It can for sure.
For us ladies.
And the director, I just want to say what she said about it. So when America Ferrera delivered it, Greta Gerwig, the director, said, when America was giving her beautiful speech, I was just sobbing. And then I looked around and I realized everyone's crying on set. The men are crying too. And I like what she said here, because they have their own speech they feel they can't ever give.
Yeah.
and they have their twin tightrope, which is also painful. So,
Absolutely.
and that's from the person who created this movie. So she says that they were feeling like they want to say things, but they feel they can't because they're not supposed to because of the women power. I love that she said that. And I feel like that tells you a lot of where she was coming from when making this movie. It's not a take the patriarchy over from the men.
And I feel like right now
in charge and make Ken feel like all of a sudden he's nothing and he needs Barbie. It's like
I feel like though societally right now, it's hard to say
Yeah.
anything that's on your mind. You know what I mean? As far as afraid you're going to trigger someone or be perceived as offensive or insensitive or it's a lot right now. Okay, all right, time to boogie. We'll be back again next week. Just you and I, maybe if the legal team lets Dan come on, we'll have him on. But a lot of great guests coming up. We've got Maddie Parker, the Fort Worth mayor. We've got my friend Tara, who is the mother of a special needs, my little Down syndrome girly girl, Charlotte. So we'll have her in the next couple weeks. So we've got some really good guests lined up and getting back in our groove. And then we'll have our winner. We've got all of our goodies over here for our winner. We're going to draw on social media this week. May already be drawn by the time this show hits. So, so thanks to Bottle Rover for an awesome contest. And Adam for the awesome idea to award an educator. Ashley for getting everything up and running for us. And
sure. And if you nominated somebody, thank you. And if you are somebody that is out there dealing with all these kids right now, God bless you and thank you. And
God bless the teachers.
I'm glad we can at least spoil one of them.
Yes, exactly. Okay, we'll be back next week for episode 181. In the meantime, Mom Game Out.
Mom Game Out.